Hello, welcome to my web broadcast. It's December 13th of 2017. Now, for the fifth time, I was forcibly dragged from my property, needles stuck into my veins, blood stolen, urine stolen, and then I was forcibly locked up for no reason whatsoever. In this case, the reason was I was the victim of assault and called 911 when the assailant came back to try to assault me again. Now, I'm the author of 4 environmental books, and I run a hostel on the 2nd floor of my house. This here is down in my 1st floor primary personal habitation, where only I and my dog are allowed. However, you can see video of William Black robbing me with socks on his hands. He came in through a window right into this room here, and you can see it all on video, as you can see right now. And instead of arresting the assailant, the sheriffs did absolutely nothing, and eventually they arrested me for allegedly threatening the sheriff because I was asking them to prosecute William Black. Now, a judge threw out that charge, as they have many other charges, and on November 12th, Ryan Caywood, an employee of American Electric Power, was staying in my hostel. And you can see here the form that he signed, that if he had any intention of entering my 1st floor area, he was permanently banned from my property. It also is very clear that he needs to stay on the authorized paths, which obviously going past a locked gate is not. And here you can see the no trespassing sign that Ryan Caywood admitted to seeing. And here is a video of him breaking through my bamboo fence. And moments later, I saw this on video, came outside, and he threw me violently against my rain barrel, breaking at least 4 bones, including my right collarbone. It hurts every time I swallow. It hurts just to speak. It hurts to move my right arm. And there's also broken bones in my hands. Both of my pinkies were broken, and other bones in my hands as well. So I called 911, and instead of the sheriffs coming out, they sent over the Nelsonville Police, which they've done before because they're closer. Here you can see video of the Nelsonville Police removing Ryan Caywood from my property. Now, they should have arrested him. He filled out a statement admitting to assaulting me and admitting to trespassing. And the police knew he was an obvious trespass and knew I was assaulted. However, they did not arrest him. And what happened is he then came back to my property while I was suffering from broken bones, trying to figure out what to do about it, trying to get to a hospital, but I don't have a car, and he kept coming back to my property. So I continued to call 911, and in one case, the Nelsonville Police nearly ran me over in an SUV, trying to threaten me. And they did not arrest Ryan Caywood. However, they did drag me from my property after assaulting me. You can see video here of Ryan Caywood returning to my property at the same exact time I'm calling 911, and here is video of the sheriffs dragging me from my property. They then took me to a Blennis Memorial Hospital, where they put needles into my vein against my will. I told them I do not give them permission, but they stuck a needle in my vein just because I was sitting peacefully at home, and they did this. Now that is not a free country. We live in a totalitarian police state, but most Americans are oblivious to it because it's done in secret. And then they force the media to not cover these kind of stories. Now, Oblenis also jabbed needles into both of my shoulders for no reason whatsoever. And they also refused to allow me to get out of my bed, and also refused medical treatment. Then a Hopewell Health Center employee came, and she said that Ryan Caywood, as you can see right here on video, is a figment of my imagination. Here, look at this form that he signed. Imagine that. This is our government, who had part of the government already had police that even had this guy fill out a statement. And here's a Hopewell Health Center. These are mental Nazi goons, the kind of people that lock people up for no good reason. Here she's calling this guy a figment of my imagination and then forcibly hospitalized me, which is totally unconstitutional. Now, this is one of the most egregious acts ever seen in U.S. history. Me being assaulted, the sheriffs continuing to assault it, and on top of that, they have charged me with 3 criminal offenses, which are still pending. 3 criminal offenses, including allegedly harassing 911. Now, it is very important that people do something about this. The best thing to do is contact media and demand that they cover this story. This is an international story. Because Ryan Caywood works for AEP, and I have sued AEP and have called them America's evil polluters for years, being an environmental activist, this is a hate crime, it's politically motivated, and it rises to an act of terrorism. Now, I am an expert on terrorism. I got my master's degree with honors with a paper about state-sponsored terrorism against environmental activists. And also, AEP hired Ryan Caywood to assault me, making a conspiracy. And then they paid off the Athens County sheriffs to ignore the assault and then trump up charges against me. Now, the former sheriff of Athens County is in prison for 7 years for corruption. And the current sheriffs worked under him, and they are also very corrupt. Now, I have filed more than 11 subpoenas for records, and instead of providing those records as required by law, the Athens prosecutors have filed motions, as you can see here, to quash my subpoenas. What are they hiding? A former assistant Athens County prosecutor was recently charged with stealing nearly $1 million from the IRS. Now, you can get involved because this is a pending case. I have not been found guilty. I have pled not guilty, and this will be coming up to a jury trial, so you can make a difference. And the number one way to make a difference is get the media to cover this. It'll be so obvious, so ridiculous in the eyes of the public, charges will be dismissed against me and then filed against Ryan Caywood, and we also need charges against the Athens County sheriffs and the Nelsonville Police for dereliction of duty and assault and other crimes. So thank you for listening to my webcast. I'm going to try to do one of these a week, so stay tuned. Bye.